from home and avoid large gatherings. But what's the right way to self-isolate, and how does it help to stem the effects of the coronavirus pandemic? Well, let's get some answers and turn to Dr. Luiza Petre, a board-certified cardiologist, nutrition expert, and medical wellness contributor. Dr. Petre, good to see you.
Hi, Derek. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so let's start with a term we're hearing a lot about, flattening the curve. What is that?
Flattening the curve, actually what it means, Derek, is starting to slow down the speed of spreading this virus. Right now, we are in an exponential growth, and the slope is very steep, as we can see on this bell curve, and we can overwhelm the healthcare system above the dotted line. When we slow down or flatten the curve, what it means, we spread out the virus new cases over time. This way we can properly take care of them in the hospital system and do not collapse the healthcare.
Right. And so the big fear is what you mentioned, the stress that the coronavirus could put on our healthcare system. Are hospitals around the nation prepared?
Derek, we have never been challenged with a crisis of this magnitude, so we really don't know. But if we look at China and Italy and South Korea, they have more hospital beds per capita than we have. And we are concerned. They were overwhelmed, and this can happen to us. We are 2 weeks away from a tsunami in our hospital system if we don't intervene, if we don't take some draconian measures at this time to stop this spread.
Yeah, and so what do we know about how the novel coronavirus does actually spread? We've heard a lot about bodily fluids, person to person, that way. Is that how the majority of people are contracting it?
Yes, initially we believed those only through airborne particles like respiratory droplets when somebody would cough or sneeze. But also we've learned there is direct contact spread, and that means touching surfaces. We also learned that the virus can live on surfaces anywhere between a few hours to a few days, depending on the surface. And that's responsible for a lot of community spread nowadays.
And, you know, there are reports that suggest having a compromised immune system puts a person at greater risk from the novel coronavirus. What are some ways that people can actually boost their immune system throughout this?
Absolutely. We need a robust immune system to fight the virus. Our body needs to make antibody to target those viral particles. And if you're compromised, you're not able to build a response as strong as you should. So the basic ways to improve your immunity, one, is sleep at least 7 hours a night, exercise, have a healthy diet rich in vitamin C and vitamin D, and also not to disregard, have a flu vaccine, because if you have the flu, that can weaken your immunity for a few weeks.
Absolutely. The flu is definitely dangerous. So is this coronavirus. We're all just bracing against it both ways. Dr. Luiza Petre, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.